evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Governor Ralph Torres releases when everyone will receive their tax refund. Also tonight, find out where the money received from the annual gaming license fee will be distributed. And DPS is seeking your help in locating a piece of history that was taken up on Capitol Hill. In sports, youth soccer players on national teams rack up their frequent flyer miles. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
"48 hours. That's all we get in a week. But those 48 hours, we try to make them last forever. How? By filling in fast with all the right stuff. With a lot of laughter, a little drama, some adventure, and a whole lot of love."
Dad, Mom's here.
It happens pretty quick,
Bye, Dad.
but it's cool. Because the rest of the week, we talk about our plans
You want to go to the beach?
on how to make the next 48 hours last us a lifetime.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
Off a day, Tirwami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Thursday, September 5th, 2019. Many on island are asking the question, where is our tax refund money? KSPN speaks with Governor Ralph Torres, who tells us everyone should receive the money by the end of this month.
Our income tax should, I hope that will be releasing that in the next couple of weeks. For sure will be before September 30.
For sure before September.
For sure before September 30.
Everybody or taxes, or just specific ones?
No, so what we're doing, like we've done in the past as well, is everybody go by different batches. So not everybody will be printed out at the same time. But hopefully within the next month, everybody should get their taxes. And if you don't, please check if you have deficiencies so you can take care of your deficiencies before those tax. Same goes with the child tax as well.
And why has it taken this long to get the refund?
Our general revenue and our cost has been used to YouTube. And if our reimbursement from FEMA, if that is part of that, if we're not getting that FEMA, then we're getting it elsewhere. So we do have money from MPOT, we have other resources, and those resources that we have is to pay for reimbursement purposes, whether it's from FEMA or other resources that to reimburse our cost of YouTube.
And Governor Torres says where the money is coming from to be able to distribute the refund checks.
Well, we're getting it from various sources. Again, I want to just clarify. When the typhoon came in and hit, we have our obligation that's still there, that's mandatory, whether it's salary, payroll, pension obligation bond, and other bond obligations. We basically did not have any revenue for the first quarter. So we took all those revenues that we had to pay, including the retirement fund. So now that we have reimbursement cost to reimburse our cost that we've paid, that is the money that we're going to be paying for our taxes.
In also speaking with Governor Torres, he says Imperial Pacific International has paid the full $15 million annual gaming license fee, and he tells KSPN how that money will be distributed.
There's $15 million for license fee. $5 million is what will be distributed to local delegation. $3 million is going to Saipan, $1 million go to Rhoda, and $1 million go to Tinian. The other $10 million will be distributed accordingly. $3 million to PSS, $4 million is to pay for paying vendors. We still have about $15 million that government is owed to the vendors from U2 and also from Manclip. And then the other ones are distributed down to PSS. PSS got $3 million, NMC, C8CC, and then also for the retirement.
Court is back in session today for the jury trial USA versus Lily Zhang Taidingo. Lily Zhang Taidingo is facing count 1 and count 2 of harboring an illegal alien. According to court documents, around 2013, Lily Taidingo and her husband Frank Taidingo are accused of harboring, concealing, and shielding from detention a child to avoid their detection by immigration authorities and, quote, for the purpose of commercial advantage and private financial gain. Today in court, the Department of Homeland Security U.S. Customs and Border Protection Officer Ronald Muña was called to the stand. Muña stated he stamped the I-94 for entry on September 26, 2013. That was valid until November 4, 2013, because it was his stamp number on the card. But the defending attorney says the original I-94 is lost, and the one presented in court today is a copy. Also called to the stand is the girl alleged to be harbored. Stay with KSPN as we bring you updates to the jury trial. Shells that were discovered along with remains of an ancient race in the village of Garapan have been taken from the Historic Preservation Office. The Department of Public Safety is seeking your help in locating these shells or the suspect that took them. When DPS was called to the Historic Preservation Office on Capitol Hill, the employee who called 911 stated these shells were placed on the table for repair. But since the individual was not able to come for the repair, the employee began to place these shells back on their original location when 3 shells were noticed to be missing. Those shells were discovered in 1994, and DPS states, given their historical value, these shells are considered to be priceless. If you have any information related to these shells, dial 911 or to remain anonymous, call the CNMI Crime Stoppers hotline at 234-7272. The Commonwealth Utilities Corporation is informing the public of some issues with the water in certain areas of the island starting tomorrow. Starting from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., the areas of Tanapag and San Roque will be without water. CUC states there are 2 water line leaks located on the main road of Tanapag, and CUC's contractor, AIC Marianas Incorporated, will be making repairs. And on the same day, there will be a reactivation of the aerators in the digester at the Sadog Tasi treatment plant. This will occur from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. and will cause a sewage odor in Sadog Tasi, Puerto Rico, Lower Base, Lower Navy Hill, and Garapan. CUC says the temporary clarifier allows for additional sludge layer to build up to properly capture and draw waste from the unit. When completed, this will result in reduced odors. For more information, contact CUC or stay up to date by following their Facebook page. Coming up, find out what Hyatt is cooking up for a special Korean celebration after the break.
Get your daily serving of 4G LTE data with IT&E's daily prepaid plans. Choose from the best priced plans in the Marianas. Get 1 gigabyte of data for $2.50 a day, or choose a $1.50 or $2 plan. Need more data? Top up. Get 100 megabytes for $1 or 1 gigabyte for $10. Visit any IT&E store or call us to learn more and ask about our prepaid loyalty plan. IT&E. Explore your world.
Traveling or laying over on Guam? Don't wait around. Zip into Guam Adventures Zipline Park inside the Hilton Resort and Spa. Guides will take you through a series of zips, starting with a mountain course and then zip over the ocean with spectacular views of Tumon Bay. 6 zip lines in all deliver a thrilling experience, and it's family friendly, so bring the kids ages 6 and up. You'll love the security of double lines and a new braking system to make riding smoother. The towers are named after the islands in the Marianas. We call it the Island Hopper. Your guides will teach you what you need to know to soar through the jungle with a bird's eye view. Best of all, for residents of Saipan, Tinian, and Rota, you can book this experience at 20% savings. Log on to GuamAdventures.com and during checkout, use offer code HAFA20. Book it and zip it today. We'll even pick you up.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. The last time the Jotang Kizu Public Library tried to have a golf tournament, a super typhoon canceled it. Hopefully, there will not be another super typhoon this year.
Hafa Day CNMI, we're here at Triple J Motors, and they are our diamond sponsor for our 4th annual Jotang Kizu Public Library Golf Tournament fundraiser, and it's the biggest fundraiser for the library, and we support all public libraries.
4th annual Friends of the Jotang Kizu Public Library is still a long way off, November 10th, but that gives you plenty of time to practice. Practice makes perfect, and a perfect hole-in-one will win you this new car from Triple J Motors, as described by Sean Pickey.
We are doing a 2019 Kona, Hyundai Kona, for one of the hole-in-ones, and we're very excited to be a part of the event. This is to be promoting the mobile kids programs for Saipan, Tinian, and Rota.
The Hyatt Regency Saipan will be celebrating Chuseok, a Korean Thanksgiving, at the Kalili Cafe and Terrace. In honor of this traditional event, Executive Chef Harmut Kim and Chef Sean Lee will be presenting a special dinner buffet. KSPN got a preview and gives you the delicious details.
First night is the imperial food of Korea. Second night would be the traditional Chuseok meals that you would have with your families in and around. And because Chef Lee is from Jeju Island, very pronounced in Korea, there's the Jeju traditions that he will bring and celebrate with us.
Now, let's start it off with the appetizer.
This food name is Korean name is japchae. So English name is glass noodle with vegetables. Korean traditional pancake. I made these 3 kinds of the flavor, and spinach, carrot, and then bucket.
This is specially called chungmu kimbap. It's a little bit different from the regular kimbap. It has just seaweed wrapped with the rice, and then it comes with the like a kimchi salad. This is raw crab marinated with the soy sauce. We call this is 간장게장. It's very popular for Korean people. A salmon vegetable roll. I think he arranged with the Korean traditional sauce.
Then we go to the main dish.
This one is it's popular Harbin jam. Yeah, beef cooked with the soy sauce base with the vegetable.
Don't worry.
And this one is the pork, stir fry with the vegetables also, with the spicy sauce, not the soy base. And these are the pancakes, different kinds. This one is a pumpkin zucchini, and this is tofu, and this is the mushroom with the ground beef. Yeah. And this one is the
pork and leeks.
Yeah, green onion.
And finally, we wrap it up with a sweet treat.
This is sesame rice ball, and this is a
red bean.
So you can do
red bean. And this mujeonga is a royal court food, and it's made with radish.
The dinner buffet will be $60 per person and $40 for Club at Hyatt members and will be from September 12th to the 14th. For reservations, you can call 234-1234 extension 26. For KSPN2 News, I'm Ashley McDowell.
On Guam, one senator questions the wisdom of a power plant contract. KUAM's Adriana Cotero brings us this report.
Half a day CNMI, here's what's making news on Guam. The CCU approved a deal Tuesday night to build a new 198 megawatt power plant in Harmon. But Utilities Chairman Senator Clint Rigel is calling for a complete halt to the agreement because one of the partners is being sued over the 2015 explosion at the Cabras power plant. Nestor Lecanto reports.
Senator Rigel says his biggest concern is that Korea East-West Power is even part of the deal.
So we have here a company that was in charge of the Cabras 4 power plant when it blew up. They're being sued for that explosion, and yet on the other hand, we're awarding them a new contract for a new power plant.
But CCU Chairman Joey Dueña says Korea Electric Power Company, or KEPCO, is the main contractor and not its subsidiary KEWP.
And they're taking all the risks. They're building the plant. Anything goes wrong with the plant, it's on them. They have to insure the plant. All we're doing is paying for the power that's delivered to us.
Commissioner Simon Sanchez adds that KEPCO is a huge company that operates 650 plants worldwide and provides more than 90% of South Korea's electricity. But Rigel still has concerns over the estimated $600 million cost of the plant and the potential impact on rates. He and Commissioner Sanchez got into an animated discussion at last night's CCU meeting.
I got a little excited, he got a little excited, but we were disappointed that he walked out on the meeting. During the discussion, he wanted us to wait till the litigation was settled. This litigation will go on for years, so we don't have the luxury of waiting for litigation to be resolved, and it doesn't really matter because that's KEPCO's headache.
Chairman Dueña says they've been working on a plan for several years to replace the current baseload units that are obsolete and non-compliant with U.S. EPA standards that GPA is mandated to meet.
They would cost $400 million to make them compliant, and then they're going to be very expensive to run with the compliant stuff that we have to do to them.
But Rigel calls the proposed new plant old fossil fuel technology and says he personally favors renewable energy.
I just think renewables are superior technology, and we're still looking at old technology, and we're looking at spending a lot of money on this old technology. And there's just so many questions about how are they really going to lower rates with this power plant.
This proposal will lower rates for ratepayers. It will meet the clean air requirements of the U.S. EPA. It will allow us to add more renewables that will further lower it for ratepayers. It will meet the load growth of the community. And in no time during this conversation has the senator even proposed an alternative. You know, he's just objected to this, objected to that. You know, we have to solve the problem. You can't just say no.
The conversation will continue next week during an oversight hearing to be chaired by Rigel. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Stay connected via our KUAM mobile news app, follow us on any of the social media platforms, and sign up for our weekly email newsletter, KUAM Digital Digest, on KUAM.com. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Adriana Cotero.
Thank you, Adriana. All right, coming up in the KSPN2 Sports Report, a look at one of the ways that soccer grew so fast, so quickly.
Faster, easier to use. With live TV, recordings, video on demand, and streaming apps, all in a single place. When you're looking for something new, recommendations are tailored to you. Voice-powered, personalized results to find what you want faster. And the unlimited potential of smart home. The new experience from TiVo is here.
Bubblegum Shrimp Company opens daily at 11 a.m. Located on Beach Road in the heart of Garapan.
You deserve more. I know it's been hard. Come on, let's go for a ride.
Hi, welcome to Dow Rent to Own.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now this feels like home.
Dial Rent to Own. Making lives better since 1987.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, the Northern Mariana Islands Football Association is providing off-island opportunities that's never been seen before on Saipan. Imagine this, being 14 years old and about to embark on your 6th overseas trip, 6th, all because of a soccer ball. Well, no other sport here offers more frequent flyer miles than youth soccer. Next week, the U16 boys national soccer team flies off to Jakarta, Indonesia for an AFC 2020 championship qualifier with games against China, Philippines, Brunei, and host nation Indonesia with a combined population of 2 billion. NMIFA board member Wes Bogdan has a judicial message for these underdogs.
And when you go to Jakarta, you can take the love that this island has for the game and bring it and show the people there what we have and be proud.
When nationals go off island, they become de facto ambassadors. How players and coaches act is something that people in other countries will note and remember. NMIFA President Jerry Tan urges good sportsmanship at all times.
As Judge said, whenever we go out, you're representing CNMI, your captain will be receiving the flag. And so please represent CNMI well, do your best, and enjoy the moment, but make sure you respect the game. This is something that's very important. On the pitch, sometimes it gets a little bit physical, okay? But it's just a game. Respect your opponent, respect the referees, and respect the host country.
The flag will be carried by captain and goalie Merrick Tovis. He's only 14 years old, but already an international veteran.
5 trips to China for EAFF, Philippines for the EXO Cup, then Guam for training game against the Guam NMI U15, Marianas Cup, and Philippines again for training camp.
In just 13 years, this program went from 0 to having the most participants of any sport. Governor Torres remarks.
1,300 players throughout and so many different teams, and having the students, the kids have this opportunity, the elders, to go and represent CNMI is something phenomenal, and I thank the organization. We will never be where we're at if it wasn't the fan holdings, Jerry in particular, all the organization, the helpers, to give all the players thank you for representing CNMI.
A major factor in the explosion of the number of players is this new Cobblerville Training Center, a multi-million-dollar investment in NMI youth. Currently, there's one main pitch and one mini pitch to accommodate the dozens of youth and adult teams. Responding to a request from NMIFA, Governor Torres says the adjacent vacant public land will be used to expand the training facility.
The status is we're transferring the property and all the property to them, and Mr. Tan is here, and we're happy that this is partnership. We give them the property, they'll build it, they build it in where our facility or the neighboring can participate and utilize.
The saying, paraphrased from the movie Field of Dreams, "Build it and they will come," certainly applies to this program, but so does this saying, "Build it and they will leave." Case in point, some of these same players will be on the U18 national team that's traveling to Cambodia in November. NMI youth soccer these days is a ticket to Asia. Well, one of the contributing factors enabling soccer's rapid growth here was the establishment of clubs that fuel the youth program. There are 8 soccer clubs on Saipan and 1 on Tinian. Each year they provide continuity with coaching and uniforms and playing. Everything centering around the clubs for every age division from U6 all the way up to adults. Matanza Football Club in yellow and black is one of the 4 original members in the MIFA. Elna Karate has been president from the North Base team from its inception in 2008.
Basically, we recruit players who lives around the area. That's Asmatuis, San Roque, and Far North. So most of them on the non-competitive, they go to GTC and for the Tanapa.
U National, Merrick Tovis grew up as a member of the Kanoa Football Club in Orange. He's played with them for 7 years and will continue to do so. Coached by women's national player Irish Pagarao.
We have my coach, Coach Irish. She helped us train, learn our passion, and to make us where we're at to be part of the national team.
Elna says the strength of their club comes through volunteers.
Volunteerism, because of course we don't get paid, just giving back to the community. All our coaches do all volunteerism, so I think the dedication, that's the key to sustain the club.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
Let's roll at Gold's Gym Saipan with group exercise for every body. Total Resistant Exercise, or TRX, helps develop your core and improve strength. And Zumba toning is probably the funnest way to get fit. The Shake Cafe is a great place to stop by for a meal replacement or supplements. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
Well, yesterday all that rain came from a monsoon trough that was passing by. Today's high temperature was 88, the low 81, the heat index up to 103, humidity 70%. All right, let's try to get the weather forecast right this time. We were pretty wrong yesterday. All right, tomorrow mostly cloudy with some showers here and there. Winds light and variable. High around 88, low 79. Seas 2 feet. The doldrums are here. They've moved up from the equator. Sunrise at 6:05 in the morning, a low tide at 7:24, followed by a high tide at 2:25, sunset at 6:26. And actually, I know you have an ocean view where you lived, and you looked out this morning, and it was flat as a pancake.
So flat. It was beautiful. It looked like somebody had just done like watercolor painting.
It looks like you can walk out on the water. Yeah.
Very smooth. I was like, how is there not a single wave out there? Beautiful. And then, did you catch that sunset yesterday?
Yeah, the color was there. Were a lot of people posting pictures of that.
Yeah, I snapped a quick one as well.
Oh, you got one? I didn't bother because I figured you would take one, so I didn't.
I did it for everyone.
I didn't take one.
I took enough for
everyone.
everyone.
I have so many great sunset pictures. I don't know what to do with another one.
I know. I feel like we can't get enough of them, though. I feel like we have some of the best.
Well, I always enjoy them. I never get, oh, man.
Me either.
Oh, there's another beautiful sunset. Nah. No,
I'll try to snap a picture
always,
of everyone.
Always like it. Yeah.
So I can't get enough of it. But.
All right, it's gonna be a good one tonight.
All right. Well, hopefully everybody got to catch that one. So, well, thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your night. Tune in tomorrow night at 6.
Good night.